Hi friends and welcome back to Beardkopia and the Life of Beard YouTube channel. Another episode of Beardkopia. You might, I don't know if you hear that, but Leon also says woof, which means hello. So, episode 14, we are back in Withered Wastelands for just a moment. It's a quick stop off. I completely forgot I got this on the go, so this will be the first Pokemon Center we have completed. Can't remember what episode we started this on, so, or even if I did in an episode, but either way, it's here, it's done, we got there, and words. So yeah, I think I'm at level 5, I don't know, but anyway, the grand reveal, friends, words. Da, 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 da. Pokemon Center is complete. No doubt about it. This place was bustling with humans and Pokemon in the past. Maybe that's just why they haven't built this building. Oh, maybe that's why just having this building here makes me feel more at ease. Words. There we go, Beard. We got there in the end. I definitely am getting old. Turning the big 4-0 this year, friends. So you know, might as well put me in a retirement home. With you around, I'm sure we'll see humans again someday. There must be many other places besides here where humans all live together. It could be interesting to look for them. So that's an important request done. I think we made it to level 5 in this area. I'm not sure. Let's have a double check. We did. Okay, cool. Let's get some of these challenges as well, because we need the pennies. And that's not going to be any different. So like in here, you will get Pokemon with the trade ability who will set up shop, which I don't know if we've actually got anyone here at the moment. I just got back from depositing my partner Pokemon into the PC at the Pokemon Center. We've spent every day together, but being separate like this is hard. But I know we'll meet again someday, I'm sure of it. I'll need to evacuate with the others pretty soon, but first I'm planning to go take one last look at all local cities that my partners and I visited. It's so hard to explain why, but I feel I need to do this. So I'm not sure what this does, but this is where the Pokemon will come where you can trade. For those that have the trade ability, and they'll have different items every day. And then this is a 3D printer, so for instance, if we go into camera, which I think we can do over here, and if you press the Y button, it'll bring up a what's the word? A inspect mode. I think that's what it's called. As you can see, it says water pillar. So if I turn this off, it doesn't come up. If I do that, I can take a picture of that, and it will come up as water pillar. So if I go in here, 3D print at the Pokemon Center, I can create and copy an item from a photograph. You'll need Pokemon to create copies. Objects lets you take photos. You need to be creating copies of them, build up the Pokemon with the camera. So that's basically what we just done. And here's our picture. If I press the right buttons, because I'm not used to the Nintendo controls still, if after all these years. That's the picture we just took. Words, English. Do I speak it? So that's the picture we just took. And with Pokemetal, we can make copies of it. It can be an expensive progress, but then again, that's why it's sort of good to go to the Dreamlands, so then you can actually find things like that. So like this is all I've only found this here, not found it anywhere else. So you can obviously make a copy of that and put that elsewhere. Yeah, you can do that with lots of different items, of course. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for that, making records of it. Be careful how many photos you take. You do have a limit in your album. I think it's different for like inspecting ones, but I could be wrong. But anyway, let's push forward, friends. No, let's actually use the path that I sort of spent episodes building. Even though this is not really a path around here, but it's fine. So we're going to the cave, towards the cave, where our friend Onyx was trapped. And I can't remember if I did this in an episode or whether I accidentally done it beforehand, because I wanted to test out whether when you can go to this, but you can actually go to this a bit sooner, so we won't get the animation for opening the gate, but I've not been on this other side yet, so because I wanted to save it specifically for the part we're doing now. So let's grab some of this. What posters do we have? We've got the cool poster. Sure, the speedy poster. Whoa there, Beard. Wait for me. Come on then, Professor. Come on then. What do you suppose we'll find beyond this gate? Let's go and find out for ourselves. Dun dun dun. Burn. Pokemon with a burn speciality can set fire to flammable objects. Always good to know. Always good to know. Leafage. This move lets you grow. Good. Is that spiritually, mentally, physically? Physically, I guess, because it's about plants. Okay. So, this is probably one of my favourite areas of the game. Like, I spent a lot of time in this area on my original playthrough. Maybe the humans themselves will still be around. Let's go see. Path seems to continue up ahead, so let's follow it. Let's shall we? So this is Rocky Ridges, and it's sort of like a, well, as the name implies, sort of a mountainy or rocky area. Gonna grab some materials. I'm gonna grab some of these because I like implementing and using the boxes and scaffolding and bins as best we can. Who's flying over today? Can I see? It's Ho-Oh. This is slightly more rugged terrain than we've encountered up until now. I don't see any Pokemon, let alone humans. I just hope we can find something, even the smallest trace of what happened to the humans. Now then, where to begin? Where to begin? Oh, over there. Is that a PC? The pile of rubble next to it looks like with what's left of a Pokemon Center. That tells us in the past, this too was a town where humans and Pokemon lived together. I don't see anything else that looks like a clue, so let's start by checking out the Pokemon Center. Come on, Beard. About the PC. Okay, cool. So this stuff here is volcanic ash, which, as you imagine, is sort of, you know, what you'd find in a mountainous region. Ho-Oh has dropped a feather for us, which I'm pretty sure we picked up about these in the past, but we'll put that out. And that actually comes very helpful when we get to this area later on. So, now let's see here. Let's see here indeed. That rugged path sure made up for a challenging walk. Now then, could you please examine the PC? I mean, it looks a little bit cream-crackered. PC is not responding. Now that's an odd-looking screen if ever I saw one. Is this a newer model or something? At any rate, try pushing some buttons and see what happens. It's not working. Oh dear, this does put things in a pickle. If we can't use the PC, it'll be much more difficult to explore the area. What's making that crackling sound? Oh, electricity. I figured it out, Beard. Machines like the PC need electricity to work. We can make the PC over there. If we can get the PC over there to the spot with the sparks of electricity, we should be able to use it properly. There's a reason they call you Professor, isn't there? You can push the PC as hard as you can. Ain't strong enough. It's too heavy even for you, is it? I am myself altogether useless when it comes to the feat of strength, so what should we do? Why don't we take a little break and think this over? Yes, let's. While you do that, I'm going to clean up the area. We're going to start making a little bit of progress. So this is where we start sort of getting like actual proper materials like we need. So like in this turn, this area is like copper, there's gold, iron, that's what I was looking for. We can actually use this to make sand as well, which I didn't realise, which I know is stupid, but you can. I think you can smelt this down. You obviously get mushrooms. That's a new little edible we can have. Edible mushrooms, right? So let's have a little little clean up. Because it is quite the mess around here. Look at this. We won't go too far that way because I want to keep that a little bit secret. I mean, most people who have played this will know what is around, who and what is around there. So, and that's Larvitar. So let's get this place sort of going. Lovely. And we'll open that up. So we've got a little workbench. As you can see, this is where we also start getting train tracks and we can make use of minecarts. So I do want to try and make a conscious effort for that as well. And make it actually useful. Based on appearance, I say this area used to be a mine. Back when they were humans, they would have worked together with a number of Machoke to dig up iron ore and copper ore and such. Machoke was a Machoke? What kind of Pokemon are they? I really love training their muscles. Known for being buff, tough, and all around just extremely strong. Heard they used their strength of theirs to help humans with their manual labour. Eureka! Maybe we should entice a Machoke to come back here by making a suitable home. A Pokemon as strong as Machoke could easily move even that heavy PC, I'm sure of it. What kind of home? Now you mention it, don't actually know what type of home Machoke would prefer. First off, do you suppose you could use your moves to make a few habitats other Pokemon might like? If that causes a Machoke to return, all the better, but even if it doesn't, any new Pokemon we meet might actually know Machoke. So let's see, you could start by using Water Gun to restore those withered plants. We can do that. And planting more tall grass with leafage would also be a good idea. Well, we can do that as well. So, watering plants. We're good at that. Let's water. And water. And water. I like the colours in this area as well. The sort of like mountainous, slightly darker tones. Which is quite fun. Excuse me a second while I just have a drink. I'll keep recording, so don't be alarmed, friend, if I'm not speaking. That didn't work very well because I had to wet my whistle and play with one hand, so it wasn't very professional at all. Anyway, do we care? No. So, let's get some grass in here. And that makes a little habitat there. The tree shaded doodah, Tauros, which gives us 4 different Pokemon we can have here. So there's 1. Now I'm going to try and be a bit more. Try and figure this out a bit better because I ended up getting all my Pokemon sort of like mishmashed in here when I played on my main playthrough. So I want to try and plan this out a little bit better as I have done in other areas. So I feel we'll probably get a couple of Pokemon along this back wall. Then maybe we can possibly think about... Oh. Is that just one? Okay, never mind. Never mind then. Thinking about getting some sort of... What can we got over here? Because originally I put Machoke in this corner. So I'm not sure I want to do that again. So I might put it in the opposite corner. But let me grab some of this to make it look like a bit like a sort of a homey area. A perch that will come in handy very soon, as a matter of fact. Hopefully, possibly, actually, maybe. So I also want to get a little bit more dirt so I can actually landscape that area a bit better. I don't know what the best place would be. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point because I can sort of touch it up off stream. Video, episode, camera, words. professionalism. Because I might actually start, like, because I've sort of come to like a natural end on my main playthrough. Well, not an actual end. It's one of those ones I've still got plenty I can do, but I need a bit of refreshment. So what I might do is start doing some of the small bits of the off-camera stuff on stream, so that way you can see live as we do it as well. Not like any mission stuff, just purely sort of like cosmetic, really. So we are going to just sort of make this a little bit more livable. Kind of need one more bit of dirt. Where's the best place for that? Don't want to make that uneven over there, so I'm thinking we put a choke over there. I'll get one or two more bits just in case, because we don't want to spend too much time on this. Like I said, I want to sort of crack on with the majority of the story, and then we can get down to the real building later. But obviously we just started a new area, so we need to sort of put a little bit of planning in place ready, so we sort of know where we want Pokemon to be and stuff, and how we can build around it. So 1, 2, 3. Cool. Then we've got some of these boxes, so we'll put sort of a couple in like that. Maybe we'll sort of put this in here like that, and then okay, so that's where I want Machoke to go. Excuse me. And then we can probably get one more Pokemon sort of in the middle here. So we'll get a little bit of a leaf patch here. Like so. Red tall grass habitat. Done. And it gives us quite a few different options there, so we'll probably get one of those fairly quick. I might move this railway track out the way. I don't know where. I built a little station in my main game, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. So instead of having to build around it, I might sort of just move it out the way for now, and then we can decide what we want. Anyway. Just like that, we have a new friend. Who is it gonna be? It's Skull Bunny. Probably one of my favourite fire types, to be fair. Oh, hi there. Nice to meet you. Sorry, I just woke up, and that means it's time for a jog. Looks like there's space for me to take a breather too, so might as well get going. Score, score! Oh, I should be careful not to burn this place down by accident. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Don't burn your house down, Skull Bunny. That would not be good. And we do a little bit more watering. I know we can move on already, but you know, we want to sort of get this a little bit more nicer. There we go. And bish bash bosh. So about Machoke. Can I help you with something? Do you know about Machoke? Oh, you know Machoke too, huh? They're just so cool. Don't you think? All that muscle. Machoke takes sandbags from their job site when they're doing work, when they're done working, so they can train whenever they want. How cool is that? If you're looking for some sandbags, I think I saw some kicking around here. Or lovely. So we are going to do, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use leafage. And we are going to make a little 2x2 square, not a 4x4 square. So that makes that. And then we had some sandbags over here. So this is going to be sort of like the sort of edge. There we go. We've got a grassy training field habitat. Lovely stuff. So that is coming along already. Let's do a little bit more tidying while we wait for hopefully Machoke to spawn. But yeah, this is like my favourite area. I like the colour schemes. I like the sort of Pokemon you get here. I like the design of it. It's sort of like a little bit different, but not like too funky. There's another habitat for now. Let's... who's there? So like you said, as I said before, if you sort of follow the main story, it does hold your hand and take you through things pretty quickly, so you can sort of get through it. Which is quite good, just for like these episodes. We get so we're not hanging around too much, and you get to see this, and then we can actually be productive and do other bits as well. But yeah, oh hi, you watching me train? What do you think? My punches pack a lot of punch, huh? Nothing, not even raising an eyebrow? Dang, or something else, pal. Hurrah, how's that? Seriously, your face... Is your face stuck? Have you ever got one expression? Yeesh. Whatever, that was barely even half my full power anyway. So there is the big boy. Willing to assist with hard labour because it knows the work is good training for its muscles. Message from the Pokédex. You earned a recipe reward for discovering lots of Pokemon. Which is... oh, Vinework decorations. Nice. What? You need help with some heavy lifting? As much as I'd love to lend you a hamstring. I mean, a hand. I think I need to wake up my muscles a bit first. But hey, I was just about to warm up. You should join me. Come on, let's get those bodies moving. First, we've got to find a wide open space for us to move around in. There's a nice spot up here. Let's go. Okay, on the way. Over here. What a mess. This would be a great spot for stretching. Sheesh, if there wasn't so much stuff scattered everywhere. Alright, here's the plan. I'm going to warm up by flexing and doing all cool poses. You're going to warm up by scooping up some stone. So let's see. Pick up 5 pieces of stone on the ground here. Let's go. We can do that. Nice and simple. We're also going to make it look a little bit nicer by getting rid of some of this volcanic ash. What I might actually do, because on my main playthrough, I made this into like a little spa area. So what I may actually do in this, we might have a little bit of a spa, but we might make this like a training sort of area. That might be kind of cool. So again, sort of off camera, trying to say the right word, camera. I might turn this into sort of like a gym maybe. And we can sort of get, we can get like Machoke. Actually, can we get Machoke over here? I'm not sure. No, we've got Machop. Words. Machamp. We'll get like maybe Lucario and stuff, like the fighting Pokemon up here. And then we can have like a little like hot tub area. And then we can turn this into like the kitchen maybe. Because I made this area the kitchen. Because it's sort of a natural kitchen, but maybe I'll make it a bit more open planned over here and have like a chill out area as well, perhaps. We won't go too silly. Not just yet anyway. Some lost relics, lovely stuff. So, did what you asked for. There's so much room, now it's just a big old boulder blocking our fun. Alright, time to show you my strength. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I got that. You impressed or what? A lot of blood, sweat and hard work went into building my bod up enough to... Yeah. You learn strength. You learn strength just by watching me? You gotta be kidding. Ain't you ever heard how that biceps don't get built in a day? Telling me you can use strength now? Seriously? Heck yeah, buddy. I like the confidence. Alright then, how about you give me a little demonstration? See this boulder here? Try using it to move. Brothers over there, try bringing this one over to its buddies. Okay, so with Rock Smash, push, Press A and it pushes. Here we go, look at this. So again, this is sort of, it's not necessarily needed a lot, but in this area it definitely becomes handy for building habitats. But later on there are other abilities that are just sort of easier, and I tend to find it's easier just to build, like, knock things down and build them up again. Although if you want like actual natural objects like rocks like this is the best way to do it from at the moment. So we'll stick with that. Whoa, you're something else, pal. I can't believe you got the hang of using strength already. That was so awesome. Do you need a hand? Yeah, I'm happy to help now that I'm all warmed up. What can I do? You need to move that mega heavy PC? Gotcha. Alright, just leave it to me. My strength will make it quick work of it. But wait, you can use strength now. Yes. Well, I don't want to steal your thunder, Machoke, you know. While using strength, you can rotate objects tilting left or right. Right, we're on the way. We're on the way. Let's see if I can get this right. Actually, while we're here, let's see. What's here? Who's there? Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, it's Diglett. We got Diglett pretty early this time. Took me a while last time. That's cool. Oh, hi there. Hope you didn't start you. Maybe a weird time to say, but nice to meet you. You know, dirt around here is so soft and moist. It's just perfect. I was thinking I might actually start living here. I hope we can be friends. Of course we can. The only problem about this area, unless you sort of make space, it can get quite crowded. So that's my only sort of thing. But, you know, because I don't like my Pokemon all crowded together, so we will try and make a better use of the space. It does open up sort of down there and over there a little bit and through there, as you can see, but we'll get to that. Because we have more pressure mans first, so let's... don't need that. Need to push... We need to push and push and push, and then we need to push a little bit more and then push more and push. Is that lined up? Yeah. And bish bash bosh, we are back in business. Just like that, we're an electrician. Battery restored, all functions are now available. Looks like you got the PC up and running just fine, so why don't you dive in and see what we can learn from it. Let's press button, shall we? Welcome to the Pokemon Center. Here you continue taking on challenges to improve the quality of your environments. Each Pokemon Center offers its own original challenges. Please do your best to complete them. Yes, we all know this. Standard stuff. Always you can get some awfully handy items in the Pokemon Center, PC too. But this Pokemon Center is terribly broken down as well. Hope someday we can work together with the Pokemon of this town to rebuild this Pokemon Center. Important request underway. So yeah, it's now a case of we need to get more Pokemon, we need to rebuild the Pokemon Center, and we need to raise the environment level to 5. And yeah, so that's the start of Rocky Ridges. We will have another shortest episode and call it there, friends. We will be back in episode 15, where we'll work a bit more on Rocky Ridges. I hope you're all enjoying the series so far. Let me know your feedback. Like, comment, follow, subscribe and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next episode of Beardkopia. Peace and love, everyone. Bye now. Bye.